Hello.
Hey guys, good morning.
Have you ever traveled a long way, waited in a long line, or went completely out of your way to do business with someone? If you have patronized what we call a destination brand. Okay, so don't we all want to be that? Well, today we're going to share 4 ways you can build your own personal brand and reputation to become that sought after destination brand so you can leave those competitors in the dust.
Yeah, as we go through each one of these 4 things that must happen in order to become a destination brand, we're going to look at an example of each. Okay. So let's start with number 1, which isn't going to be a surprise to you guys. You have to be different. We teach you that all the time. Different is the most important thing that you can do because it's inarguable. It is not subjective. A perfect example of this is one of my favorite places on earth, which is Voodoo Donuts. They started in Portland, Oregon. There's several locations across the country now. But I remember going to the original and standing in line for like 2 hours to get a donut.
There's one in Austin. And we were there last week, and we didn't go.
Yeah, I purposefully didn't look it up. I've been trying to stay pure to the orig, the OG type of thing. Anyway, if you've never been there, you got to find one. They're fantastic. And the individuals behind the brand are old friends and entertainment minded guys from Portland, right? Literally, if you've ever seen the Keep Portland Weird sign, it's a black sign written in yellow on the side of a building. They're dead across the street from that. So if you ever see that sign, you know that you're like right there at Voodoo, the original Voodoo Donuts. They did research and they found out that Portland didn't have a single donut shop. So in 2003, they rented a small storefront, smashed between 2 nightclubs, which actually, if you think about location, perfect, right? It's super perfect. And they're known for their unconventional flavors and antics, such as having, legal weddings at their location and concerts in the loft space. It's crazy. So they got a duct tape mural bathroom and, this weekly Swahili lessons. They're just really out there, and their donuts it helps that their donuts are fantastic. So, but people are falling into this culture, and as a result, they'll wait in line like we did. Like we walked up and the line went down the block and then halfway down the alley. And we get in line on a Sunday afternoon and we ask these girls in front of us, they're like, hey, how long is this line? And the girl goes, it's probably about an hour and 45 minutes. And my friend's like, we're out of here. And I'm like, wait. And I asked the girl, I said, where do you live? And she said, Oregon City. I said, you live 20 minutes from this place and you're going to stand in line for 2 hours for a donut? And she said, yep. I said, we're staying. And the only crazy thing about it was those girls, it was like a cheerleading squad or something from high school or something. They all walked out with like 1 donut each. We walked out with 3 dozen donuts each. I'm like, I'm going to stand in line for 2 hours and just come out with a donut.
Exactly. But that shows you what it takes to be a destination brand. They've created this product, this culture so unique, so different that people will actually stand in line 2-3 hours and sometimes for just a single donut.
Yeah, I know.
Right. I would have gotten the 3 boxes too. I mean, heck, you can freeze them, right? Okay, so number 2 way to become a destination brand is you must deliver exactly on what you promise. Okay, so this will kind of merge, pun intended, with the fact that I drove a long way for this next story. Okay, so we are, just for those of you who don't know, we live just outside of Atlanta, about 45 minutes north of Atlanta on a good driving day. When we were in Austin last week, I had a scooter spill. Okay. You guys know those Lime scooters. Well, I had to make a sudden stop, right? Well, I still don't blame the scooter. I still blame myself for this. Maybe even you a little. Okay. So I had to make this sudden stop on the scooter. And the sudden stop, we won't say why, will we, Michael?
I was showing it at Driscoll. I just stopped and like, hey, look, this is the Driscoll.
And I'm going, right? And instead of pulling on the brake handle like I should have done, I literally just kind of jumped off of the scooter
to stop Flintstones.
I did. I pulled a Flintstone. Well, Flintstones foot went one way and the knee went the other. So I hyperextended my knee. Long story. Okay. So I come back home. I put a brace on. I go to Dallas for the podcast convention with heels, I might add. And then I finally make it back home. So I figure, okay, this thing's still a little swollen. It really hurts, when I move a certain way. So I better go get it checked. So 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
3 years ago, Michael did a similar thing to his knee at the Atlanta airport when we were coming back from Fort Lauderdale. Well, Michael tore his knee all to pieces, ripped his meniscus from the root, tore his MCL and ACL. See, he had to have surgery. His surgeon was Kyle Hammond.
Dr. Kyle Hammond.
Dr. Kyle Hammond. And his surgeon was so fantastic. And of course, Michael could run marathons today if he wanted to. So fantastic. I thought, well, if I'm going to go see somebody, I want to go see the best of the best. So this morning,
which he truly is.
He is amazing. He is an orthopedic surgeon, sports medicine doctor for Emory Hospital Systems in Atlanta. And so this morning at dark 30, I left the house and I did the trek down to Atlanta to see Dr. Hammond. Well, I assure you, had it not been for Dr. Hammond and his destination brand, I would not have been on that Atlanta highway this morning. He told me he lives 5 miles from the doctor's office, from his own office, and it took him 40 minutes to get there this morning. Okay, so Atlanta, I love you. I love your culture. I love the music. I love the entertainment, love the city. None of you can drive. Okay. I'm just going to vent here for a minute. Well, very few of you can drive. So it was horrific. The traffic was just ridiculous. So that's an example of that me going the extra mile, bump, right, for the right destination brand. And why? Because he delivers what he promises. He says, we're going to take care of you when you come in here. You're going to be in great hands and you're going to come out of here like $1 million, right? And people believe it because he actually delivers that to the best of his ability, right? He delivers what he says he's going to deliver. And so that's my story from this morning. I got back, and good news is he took an x-ray and thinks that he says, you have awesome, healthy knees. And I thought, this is awesome. This is great, right? He said, but I want you to go get an MRI. Just make sure it's not the meniscus or anything. We just want to be sure, because all they had was an x-ray machine there. So I'm off to do that. But I think I've kind of been given the all clear. He says, don't go, dunking basketballs or anything, but I can hike, bike, and swim. So all is good. All right. So anyway, that was worth that trip to see that destination brand, which is Dr. Hammond.
Yeah, Dr. Hammond, when he fixed my knee, I asked him, I'm like, hey, when you get done with this surgery and I heal, will I be able to dunk a basketball? And no doubt had heard that joke 9 billion times.
Yeah, right.
I was not original. And he looked at me and cocked his head and said, can you dunk a basketball before you hurt your leg? And I went, no. And he said, you probably won't be able to do it. So number 3, though, you must earn the respect of your clients and your team. It's very important that you have both. So our examples for this is Dale Carnegie, Zig Ziglar, Seth Godin is another really good one, more modern one, if you will. Many of you have seen their seminars, their videos, taken their courses, or purchased their books. They're great. They're all fantastic. No one does it alone. In order for a personal brand to be highly influential, you need people lifting you up from the inside and shouting your praises from the outside, right? And of course, 2 of these masters are now passed, but their lessons and their courses and their seminars and their followers live on because of the level of respect that they have for individuals. And so when you're creating a destination personal brand, if you will, these guys are at the top of the list because we're still talking about them, and 2 of them are already gone. Right. Seth is a more modern version of those 2 guys.
But Seth has a tremendous respect of not only his clients, but his peers as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And his team. And, I think the lesson to learn here is nobody does it alone, right? And
no, that's for sure. There's really no such thing as a self-made person. That doesn't exist at all. There's no such
Agreed.
thing. And I think anybody that is honest enough about what they've been able to accomplish, they will say, well, one of the best for that was was Larry King. Larry King says, if a person tells you about their massive success and leaves out the word luck, they're lying. And for a man that, was making, $85 million a year or something, he probably is a guy you can listen to that knew what he was talking about.
Well, on our podcast yesterday, we were talking about that, the definition of luck, as you reiterated it to our guest yesterday, when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely. Well, that's definitely true. You hear the adage, well, the harder I work, the luckier I get. It's because you're doing the thing that gets you. You're working your brand. How about that?
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the number 4 way that you build a destination brand. That means a brand that somebody is going to seek out. Almost no matter what it takes, right, to get to you. Okay, number 4 is you must create your own culture. Okay, some of the people we've talked about today, in fact, all the people we've talked about today have done that to a degree. Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, there are 2 more examples of guys who've created an entire culture around their coaching.
Yep.
They attract like-minded people who want to achieve a lot of the same things, want to feel the way those guys make them feel, right? And if you're one of those followers, if you're part of that culture, you find yourself having these animated conversations with other people like you, who have done the same thing, who followed them, who are part of that culture. Dr. Wayne Dyer was one of my favorites. He's passed now
awesome.
too. He's incredible. He created this amazing culture. And every one of the greats in all industries, and we're focusing a lot today on the coaching industry, because that's what we're a part of. But there are so many personal brands that have created this reputation that turns them into a destination brand. And so let's rehash these one more time. So number 1 is you must be different.
And number 2 is, you must earn the respect of your clients and your team.
Yep. Number 3, I think I numbered them wrong here.
Yeah. Oh, number 2 was deliver. I'm so sorry. I actually said them wrong.
That's okay.
That? Number 2 is you must deliver exactly what you promise.
That's right.
Yeah.
Number 3 is you must earn the respect of your clients and your team. And number 4 is you must create your own culture. Guys.
Yep.
So keep those things in mind. And Lisa Straw, thank you so much. Lisa is one of our clients as well. And Lisa, you're amazing. Thank you for the well wishes there. So I'm also praying no meniscus damage here.
For sure.
And I don't think there is. I'm very optimistic about this. So thank you for listening too. All right, guys. So that's it for today. We hope you guys will enjoy the content that we're bringing you and take advantage of these 4 ways and think about these as you build your own brand. What can I do uniquely? How can I serve people? How can I create a culture people want to be part of so that I too can become that destination brand?
Absolutely. Remember, brands are built by impressions. They're not built over time and money. They are built over impressions. Every handshake, every introduction, every sign. So, hey, subscribe. That's what we would ask of y'all. If you like what you're hearing, we can bring you content like this every week. So hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're notified to be the first one to know about it. And, we know right here at Brand Face that prosperity favors the bold, folks. You are always talking about it. We always will. We say prosperity favors the bold. So be bold, especially with your brand. Create it the way you want it. Create that culture.
Yep.
So.
Yep. If you guys want to leave some comments down below, just let us know some things that you have done or are considering doing to create your own destination brand. And maybe we can give you some further advice on it.
Yeah,
right?
Including you, Chandos Williams, because every time I check the comments and you're not on there screaming about it, and every time I don't check the comments, you're on there screaming. So, I don't know.
We
dude.
appreciate
I'm giving you
Chandos.
the shout out right here, and you're not even here to hear it. So he's probably on the Appalachian Trail somewhere, walking between here and Virginia. So
that's right. We'll see him on the way.
That's
All right. All right, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.